Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Becky and this is Winzig Creations, and I hope you're having a nice day and I hope this finds you well. If not, then let's hope you feel better afterwards. I'm sorry if you're feeling grotty today, but such is life, you know, it does this to us, doesn't it? We are doing Satisfied Saturday number 8. Can't believe how quickly they've gone. That's 8 of them. I only do one a week. That's 8 weeks we've been doing these. And we are working on the little concertina one today. Whoops, don't you fall over. There we go. I never ran out of those matches. I just dropped my pen on the floor, which I need to make the time down. Let's do that. And we will get on with what we're doing. 04, not 40. There we are. So, yeah, let's crack on, shall we? We're doing this, I'm calling this little journal a little concertina journal because that's how we work. That's how it's made. And this is the first one I think I've done online, you know, on video, where I've actually made the journal before the embellishments. So that's something a bit different, isn't it? I don't know how much you've seen so far, so I'll just recap. It's made with, let me just see one that I haven't covered. If you weren't with us when we, here we go. It's made with these concertina bits. If I hadn't put the lace on, you better see, but, whoops, let me show you. You see, it's not sewn. It's got a piece of card that's, you know, concertinas up and down, and I made slits in each sheet and popped it through. Well, not that one, but yeah. And when I did that, there were a couple of mistakes I need to backtrack with you. When you stick something on this bit that comes through, I'll show you the one I didn't glue down. This is the only one I haven't got anything on, I don't think. You must make sure that whatever you put on it is bigger than this. Because if it's smaller, of course, the sheet will just come straight off, I've discovered. So, like this one is taller, so this sheet can't pull through. That one won't anyway. And like this one's stuck down. This one is actually cut a bit big, this one, but this one's bigger than the sheet. And I've added a couple of belly bands to that one as well. I just thought that looked nice together. And this is the one I found out that I'd gone a bit wrong on. It would still, the sheet still fell off because, as you can see, the pocket is smaller than that. If it's smaller than that, it'll come off. This is what holds it on. So that's how that works. That one, oh, that's a whole page. So obviously I put the whole page on there. You can't even tell, really, can you? Yeah, I included an entire page there. And this one has got a large pocket on. And I might put some washi down there, I'll see. Probably. And it's got, this is a little pocket, little side pocket like that. So we're going to do a little bit of embellishing. I've made a start. I've done one little one here with a bit of just a straightforward pocket. And I'm going to be putting some lined paper in it. And I think we'll be cutting it some pretty shapes, I think. So let's find something to go in here. I've got lots of things out. I've got some butterflies and bits and mushrooms and bits and bobs in there. I've got some birds out. These are my go-to. Butterflies, birds and flowers is sort of like my go-to, you know. And when I've got a few flowers and leaves and bits out there as well. And then this one is full of, I've got some, I'm going to do some little page tabs, just small thin ones, nothing too big. But I have got out, which I haven't used in a long time, as my dangles. These are called dangles. There's a bead one there. That one's quite a large one, but some of them are quite small. And you see, I'm not sure if I use them or not. But this is going to be a small, I mean, I've left the lace big enough so it can expand quite a bit. It can expand right to there, look, quite easily. So we can put plenty in it. And I've glued the cover, I've glued this on underneath, and this is the cover. And I've left it simple deliberately. I just liked it like that, so that's how I've left it. So we need to find something to pop in here. Now I've backed all my journal cards, but I haven't gotten around to backing I've backed all my tags. I just haven't got around to backing the journal cards. So I apologise if we have to use one of them. Now that fits in there nicely, doesn't it? I might have a couple. Let's put a little one in, shall we, as well? A small one of a different type. There we go. Let's have a little one of these in, shall we? It's 2 there. How about 2 in? Yeah? Yeah. So let's put those in there. I'm going to pop out those bits. And I've got some laces out. Here's my box. Look, my normal little box. I've got some laces out here. And a bit of paper that I might do some embellishing with. And then I've got my normal, these are my trims. Then I've got my tags, my journal cards, my pockets, my envelopes. I've got one for other bits, which is that bit of card. And then I've got my scraps at the back, my scrap bits of paper. So as some of you will know, that's how I keep my projects together. I'm going to use a bigger one. Sorry, bashing around. I still haven't covered the bottom of that shelf. I probably won't. But I just have to remember to put things down a bit more quietly, won't I? Now, I am using a little bit of frayed burlap on this one and a little bit of, so I'll get the frayed burlap. The frayed burlap is always on my desk. It's a generic one that I use for everything. And then I've also got a little bit of aged mahogany. I haven't used that for a while, so these are the 2 I'm using for this. So I'm thinking I'll just pop around this with this and see how it looks. Yep, that looks nice. I like that. Makes a nice change from the browns, doesn't it? And this one needs a little bit of an embellishment on it, doesn't it? So, Saturday, are you having a nice weekend? I hope you're having a nice week. I hope you had a nice week. And you're having a pleasant weekend too. Don't think you need to put much on this one. I'm going to put, oh, I didn't get any little butterflies out. That was me thinking I was so organised. And I didn't get any tiny butterflies out. I've only got medium butterflies out. I thought that could do with a little butterfly. Sorry. See, I thought I was so well organised today. I really did. Where are my butterflies? Down here. I thought I'd spent a good half hour going through my stash, getting everything out that I might want. And I've managed to forget things. I'm going to get that one out because I might like to use one of those. Right, we want some ditties. Tiny, tiny ones. Let's see. Where's my bag? I've got a bag here with ditties in. Nope, they're not suitable for what I want. That's a fairly generic one, isn't it? Fairly plain. Sorry about this. I thought I'd done all my prep. Obviously, I forgot about the miniature butterflies. All I was aware of that was time was getting on, you know. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that. I'll get that one out. Just get a few out so we don't have to get this box out again. Just looking for smaller ones. I've got the large ones out, just looking for smaller ones. I know I've got quite a lot, actually, of little ones in my fussy cutting box. Because there's a lot that needs cutting out, that one's. That needs tidying up, that's for certain. So, quick peek through here, sorry. This must be a bit boring for you. There, that one. There, we got a few out. Just see if anything pops to, as I search through, anything jump out at me. That one's a nice small one. I really want sort of, that's nice, you know, sort of fairly neutral colours is what I'm looking for. Let me have a look here. That's it. I think, as I say, I think an awful lot of my little ones are waiting to be cut out. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Got a few out now. So my apologies for not sorting that out before. Where's my butterfly? There it is. It's still not better than it was. Save me still having to go to 2 or 3 different areas. Right, I want to put a little butterfly on this. He's not quite right though. I think you'll do nicely though. Yep, pop you there. And what have we got in here? Don't think we've got, there's a few labels in the bottom here, not many. I don't usually get much in the way of labels. I just take them straight from my stash, but there's a few in here. No, we'll get the little tiny one out of the stash. So that can go on there. We'll get a label out in a second. And what can we have on here? There's a small bird on here. Bird and flower. Now what I did with a lot of these is I cut them out. I printed quite a few. I printed them out and then I decided some of them were a bit big. So I printed them out two to a page as well, just to get some smaller ones. That one's okay. A couple of little labels, I think. Will do nicely. Put you there. Actually, I might use one of those little round ones. These are my little round ones. Number 1. Well, that would look good because you thought, let's just cut that bit off. I didn't cut this very well. Look, it's very jagged. There we are. There. Let's ink the edge of that. Make that. Yep, that's all that needs. Let's find something. Let's do a different one on this one. And yeah, well, number 3. How about that? Couple of numbers. That's not quite the right colour, actually. That looks a bit weird. Let's do a brown one. There, that looks fine. That looks fine. So we've got flower, bird, and then we've got flower, butterfly numbers. So that's nice. And let me get some glue paper out. And then we've got our first couple of tags. Now, this is a bit dry. That's it. Shall we put some stuff straight into the tops? Yeah. Oops, there you go, little butterfly. See what I've got in the way of ribbon or stuff to go in the top bits. Just get rid of a bit of bright white there, but other than that it's fine. So are you doing anything fun this weekend? Of course, watching my videos is fun. I would say that, wouldn't I? But yeah. Going anywhere good? I still haven't found, I don't know if you know, well, all my other videos, I lost my stamp pad. I had to get my big thing out. And I still can't find it. My friend said, I think somebody's walked off with it. I must have gremlins because I live alone, so I no idea where it's gone. Let's get some little threads out and see what we've got to pop in here. It's so unusual. We're doing a tiny little thing after doing that grunge one. We've got pink. Let's do this. We've got pink. That's nice. And we've got green. And we've got this one. Oh, that's nice. Let's pop a little bit of this pink on, I think. Oh, I've got this pink as well. Oh, I like that. Let's do that pink. I need some more of these. I need some more. These are just for the... I don't want to put it away. Let's put a bit of you in this one. Not quite that much. Oh, this is the end of this, look. Got just a tiny bit left. I'll cut off a lot here. Maybe we can do it for both. Now, do we put it through the hole, or are we just going to pop it on there? Let's see what it's like through, shall we? I haven't put a eyelet in. I'll just see if this will go through on its own without an eyelet. See if it will pull it or not. Oh, that's fine. Just like that. Perfect. And we'll put something slightly different on that one. We'll put a piece of this on that one. There we go. Push this through. This is a didgy bit. As you know, I often leave this bit to the end. I don't think you often see me do these bits, but make a change, won't it? Say something different. I don't think I've ever shown you my little box of bits. If I have, it was right at the very beginning. Let's put you in there. My friend gave me this box, and I didn't. It was full of what was it full of? Full of threads, I think. Which I have a thread holder, so they went on there. But I thought the box was too nice to get rid of, so I use it for my tag toppers. Pop you there. There we go. Pop you in there, and put you in there. Oh, very like that. Now we need something to go in here, which will probably be a journal card, I imagine, because I can put a tag in. I can. Oh, that's too big. That's too small. It's like the three bears. Everything's either too big or too small, really. DDD. And you're too big as well. Although we don't have to have that shut, do we? We can put you in there. We'll leave that open. How does that look? No, I want it shut. So we put a tag in. Oh, that's actually a bit big. Sorry, they looked too small before. Right. Get one of these journal cards out then. Oh, some tag. These aren't backed. I'll have to back one of these or two of these. I did quite a lot of backing yesterday, but yeah, we'll put two of those in. You can go in, and I tell you what, we'll put one of those in, and we'll put a piece of writing paper in. Sorry, you can see my arm right across there. Oh, this is a pretty piece of writing paper. Oh, we'll just tuck that bit off the bottom, like that. You can write on there, and we'll back the tag. So let's back the tag first so it starts to dry. Backing on the tag, yeah. I had hoped to get the backing done last night, but I ran out of time. And so we will have to do a tiny bit of backing as we go, but hopefully not quite so much, not too much. Just trying to find one that doesn't need. Yeah, you'll do nicely. As I said, I am actually taking a lot of backing away with me. So I'm doing this one advance, like I do when I go away. I do them in advance. This is one of my advance videos. By the time you get, oh no, I'll still be away when you get this one. So the next one I do, I'll be back, but I'll be back, as Arnie would say. Big fans of Schwarzenegger, our family is. I'll be back. There we are. Right, let's cut this out. And for those of you who don't know, I use old Christmas cards, as you can see, and I coffee stain the back, and that works perfectly. It's literally, it sounds like a really long, laborious job, but it doesn't take long at all, and it's junk that'd otherwise be, you know, recycled. Excuse me, just taking a swig of my coffee, and you know, as junk journaling, the more you can use up from scraps and things, the better, really, isn't it? So that's that one. I'll ink this actually. Let's give this a bit of an ink. Oh, it's a nice change to work on something small and you know, clean. What I call clean. That junk journal, I loved doing that grunge one. That was really different, but there was a lot of work involved, and I had to do an awful lot. I'm just trying to work out if that's stuck properly. I had to do quite a lot of it off camera to just, no, it's not stuck. I didn't think it was. I think I've missed a whole, let's get the other glue out. What was I saying? I had to do an awful lot of it off camera because there was so much of it to do. And and so time consuming. I don't mind. That is the whole point of doing. Oh, it really didn't stick very well, did it, this one? Maybe there's something on the card. Never mind. We will put a bit of art glitter glue on there. And we'll check the other side, see if that's stuck properly. No. Not as well as I'd like, so let's take you off. Normally when you use glue stick, it glues straight down and you know, you don't have to. I might have to roughen up some more of these cards. Yeah, if you get the card, if the card you're using is slightly glossy or has a sheen on it, glue stick won't work. So I try to rough them up with a bit of sandpaper so the glue stick will work. That's that. That could go in there. I think I might put a nice, that's pretty, that side. I like that side. It's got some pretty flowers on. So if we make this side snazzy, then you've got something nice on both sides. So I just need one of my edging ones, which I've got. They're all here. Oops, something fell. Oh, I know what that was. Let me see. What have I got in this one? And here are the ones I usually use. Sorry, flashing around here. What shall we use? Leaves or flowers? Just the edge. I've got so many, you wouldn't believe how many I've got. I think we all collect loads of these, don't we? So we do this one. This one's pretty. Let's do this one. If I can remember rightly how to do them. Make sure I've got it the right side. Yep. So let's go along here. Just have to follow the pattern and then it will work fine. So I got given these actually. I haven't bought hardly any new. But my friend gave me them because she wasn't using them, and she says if they're blunt, just scrap them, and if they're not, you can use them. And I'm trying to find the tip. There it is. And none of them were blunt, and they do cost a lot to buy. So I was very pleased that she gave them to me. I might need that again, so I'm just going to pop that there. Oh dear. That is the only trouble with them. They do leave a lot of mess behind. So we've got that side and that side. That's nice. Let's just ink down here. Show it up a bit. I think we'll do these corners as well. Oh, there's a little bit there. Let's cut that bit off. Yeah, I cut that bit off. I missed a bit there. There we go. That looks better. There we go. A couple of bits of, we can just fold you in half. Well, not even in half, I don't think. To about there, I think, so you can see it when you open up the envelope. Does that fit in nicely? That's pretty round. I have not folded it harsh yet. Nope, I'm going to fold it down a bit further. There we go. The flower side up. And put the flowers so you can see the flowers. There we are. And then that could go behind it. And then that can sail down like that. I can put a little dot. I could put a little thing to slip it under. Yeah, let's do that. What have we got here that we could slip under there? We've got these fun little tag things here. I don't like the pointy bit, they'll get bent. We could just make this tag a bit stronger and we could pop that under there, couldn't we? Instead of having Velcro. Shall we do that? Let's toughen this up a bit. Let's put it on something a bit stronger. You'll do. You will do. If it's just a bit of paper, it'll just bend, obviously. Needs a bit of substance behind it. I don't know if one piece will be enough. Let's have a look before I cut it out completely. Will one be enough? That was there like that. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry, I'm just seeing if that would be... Yeah, I think it will. It's only a tiny piece of envelope, single sheet. You know, this is only a piece of 80 GSM, you know, very lightweight printer paper. No, I want the red one. I hoovered my desk this morning. Feels nice and fresh and clean. Well, I was hoovering the floor, and around my desk area, I have to get the nozzle out because the paper gets it. Do you know, I thought so. Sorry, I thought it was a dog hair, but it's not a mine. Because I still occasionally find the odd dog hair. Heartbreaking as it is, I do. There we go. Right, let's make sure we don't get that glue on there. I'm just hanging it this way so I can just about... That. Not there, there. That's where we want it. Right then, while that's just drying, we will embellish this front piece. I got these nice flowers out. I thought they would look good. These don't seem to have like a starting or finishing point. They just seem to be able to go any old way they like. So that, I think, goes on there really nicely. Actually, I do. Little butterfly to match. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Let's get a little tab. Little, you know, it's got to have a little label on, doesn't it? Let's have a look here. Oh, that's a bit bright. I want a darker one. What does it say? Business established in 18... Yeah, that'll do. Right, let's clear this bit of paper up I've used. Used a bit of gluing paper to back that thing. Right, let's stick you on first. And this is what they call a pet sticker. It will be a bit shiny, but I don't think that matters. I do like these. If you don't like a little bit of... this is going to be fun, isn't it? I might have to use my pokey tool to get this to come out. Pokey tool to get this started. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a little trick if you can't get them. Oh, that thing's coming off, look. That's coming off. We'll have to glue that on. I'll do that in a minute. Let's just pop these on. I don't think there's much white on there. Hasn't got any he hasn't got any antennae though, so have I got any thread in here? There we go. There's a little bit of this. Make some... I don't want to put a metal one on here, so I'm just going to put a bit of this on instead. You can have... Yeah, I'll pop that on instead. Let's put some glue there. I'll need that to glue it on anyway, so... Just, even if you probably can't see this on camera, I'm sorry. There's not a lot I can do about it. I'm just going to put some tape on as well so they don't move. They're moving already. Let's get a little bit of tape on. Sorry if that was loud. Tiny bit of tape, otherwise it will show. Here we go. Put you around there like that. You can also use little bits from flowers, you know, the centres of flowers. But there. That's good. I'm going to use this to make sure it sticks. I might shorten them a fraction as well. There we go. He's got, some people call them feelers, some people call them antennae. I don't actually know the proper term for it. This is oozing out, so I'm going to use a bit of this. And then I'm going to put the lid on it. Pin in, so it doesn't go everywhere. Ugh, put it on my fingers. There, let's put that there. And sort this out before it... right, we're going to have to do a knot, because it doesn't want to stay. This is actually pure silk, that's why. And as you know, silk isn't always cooperative when you use it. So, oh dear, dear, it's very slippery silk, very slippery. So I put it through again, and then we will tie a knot. And I usually find that's sufficient. Except for I usually tie a knot before I cut it, because it is difficult once it's been cut. Usually, tie a knot before I cut it. I don't know if I said afterwards, but oh, it is difficult when it's this short. Get your fingers around there. Oh, done it. There, that shouldn't slide off now. There, great. Let's get rid of that bit of plastic, because that will reflect. There. So, yep. And then this should just, yep, tuck up and tuck down. And you just tuck it back down under there. I might come along and reinforce that. I'll see how it goes. I can put my tape away for now. As you know, I have a very small desk. That's my gluing bit. Let's see, what should we put on here? We haven't actually got a writing page yet, so we could put some writing paper on here, couldn't we? Now, I've got a few bits, but I have got this nice stuff. Well, that's going to be way too big for there, so let's not cut that. Have I got any plain on the back? I don't want to spoil those pretty ones. Are they all pretty on the back? No, this one's plain on the back. I don't want to do something. It's got a nice little design at the bottom here as well. So if we cut this so it's got a nice big border and embellish it with a tiny thing. So we've got a nice border around this. Let's cut this. Where's my pencil? Let's just get another one. It's quicker and easier. So I'm going to pop that there. As you see, I don't do any measuring. I just mark it, and about there. If I can not get my head in the mirror, in the camera. And we should be able to cut this with my little one. Will you fit in? Oh, just fits in there, look. Whoops. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Is that straight? Yes, it is. Look at. And then, shall we do a bit of fancy down one side? It was actually a fraction long for my guillotine. Let's edge the corners first and then think about it. I think so. We'll do something down one side at least. Now, do we use the same fancy one all the way through, or do we change it up? Actually, I was going to go around with this. Actually, I might leave it because I think I might put a bit of lace on here instead. So I'm going to go around with this. I did corner all the pages as well. I don't know if I did that on camera or not. So I've got a few little laces out here, so Might pop a bit of lace on here and leave the paper whole. Yeah, let's pop that on, and then we'll put lace on the page. That's dry. Let's glue you on. Whoops, the glue's gone a bit squidgy. Yeah. So here we go. Because this journal hasn't got any writing pages in it, I don't think. I think they're all quite heavily covered. There we go. Got that. Managed to pull that over. Good. It's got a tiny little, you won't be able to see it on camera, I shouldn't think. But it's got a tiny little sort of embellishment there. So let's get some nice ribbon out. We've got this nice one, which I would do in half and pop down there. And we've got this lovely one, which I like a lot. And whoops, these could go down the edge of the pages. Oh, I'm stuck now. What do you think? That I think I'll leave, not that one. So it's this one or this one. It will stick out the side. Let's do this one, because it will stick out a tiny bit. We'll do we've used quite a bit the bottom one, so let's use the top one instead. So I'll pop a bit of this type of, it's almost like crocheted lace almost, isn't it? I'll pop that on there like that, and that'll make that page look pretty. So instead of cutting the paper, there. I'm just going to cut the top because it was a funny angle. Of course, unlike ribbon, you don't have to burn the, trim the ends, burn the ends at all or anything. Come on, you. Right, there. So let's pop you there. I don't think there's a right and a wrong. I can't tell. You both look exactly the same, and I'm going to go along with a bit of this. Just along the edge of the paper. I've gone quiet, trying to get this a nice straight line as best I can. There we are. That will dry clear. Not that you can see any glue really, but that will dry clear. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a bit of paper. Well, that's nice, isn't it? I like it anyway. And it looks nice this side as well, look. Oh, that worked really well. I like that. Right. What should we put here? Let's put a nice pocket on here, shall we? That's just my pockets out. Pockets, etc. here. Let's just see what would go well with it. Ooh, you know, we've got you. Are you too big for it? Well, I don't want to put that there. We've got the lace there, haven't we? So that wouldn't go. We've got this great big, that doesn't show up, so we need sort of a brown. Oh, we've got a belly band. We have got a belly band we can use. Or across. It'd have to go that way. It's not full size, but we could make it full size. It's upside down without too much difficulty. We can put it on something. Belly band? Or we can have, no, those pockets probably wouldn't show up. This pocket would show up. Let's do a belly band. Let's do a belly band. And I've got some of that scrap card here. That would go on the back of it nicely. Or do we want something else? I got some other card out as well. I thought I might use with it this. That's not long enough though, so we can't use, that's not what I'm going to use. That's not long enough. A lot of things you can use, doilies and all sorts, to Doesn't have to be the full height of the page either. There's something about this writing going the other way that's not doing it for me. Sorry. Let's try some other papers I've got in here. This is my stash of bits and bobs and papers and things. Nothing will be completely long enough, but that doesn't matter. We can we put a doily at the top and the bottom. That will lengthen it, won't it? And make it look pretty at the same time. We've got nice green on there. Let me have a look through here. Quick peek through here. See what we've got. I really want a plainish one because we're going to be cutting it up a bit. You're fairly plainish. Ooh. That goes fairly well. They're blue. I don't want a blue one. That's not pretty enough. Got any cream ones? I have got some little cream ones here. Well, that's nice. Let's have a look at this. This is one I've made, I think. Let's try this. No, obviously I would cut it in half, but let's fold it in half so we can see what half looks like. I very rarely use doilies in full. Put that at the top of the page and that at the bottom of the page. Let's cut this in half. I'm going to do it with the guillotine so I get it nice and straight. From there to there. Oh, hang on. Through the middle of that one. And through the middle of that one. That would make it straight, wouldn't it? There. I don't think that's half, but it's nowhere near half. But let's make them level. And then we'll just use these little bits. So, what I was thinking was popping that on the bottom there and that on the top there, like that, and this piece in between, like that. I like that. That looks pretty. It stops it looking like it. Oh, it's just a bit small. That's damaged, that one, but let's just ink these up a bit. Not going to do too much with them. Just going to put a little bit of very light burgundy on the end, you know, the aged mahogany at the very end. Like this. Just a little bit on each tip. There. Yeah, I like that. Do the same with this one. It's a bit different, isn't it? And then we can reinforce this and make that a belly band. I don't think it would hold properly if it was just a piece of paper. Let's pop you two on, and then we can let's reinforce that bit first, and then it can be drying while I glue those on, can't it? Let's reinforce you with this. What is this? This is a mouse lemur. Oh. They're nocturnal, apparently. Sorry, it's not reading the history book here. These pages are a lovely colour, I grant you. However, they are very shiny, really quite shiny. So I tend not to use them for, you know, actual pages. Well, they don't feel like old pages, although they look old, and they are old. They don't feel like old pages. Let that dry, and then we can glue these two on while that's drying. I'll do this carefully because this is quite an old, I don't know when I made this doily, quite a while ago. Whoops. And just going to do it at the top of there. Wet one. Wet wipe. Need a wet wipe. Oh, sorry. There we go. And then it's actually a dry wipe now. It's not very wet at all, but we'll do that. And we'll do the top. There we go. What's the time? So we got a bit longer. I don't think this job will take. It's not a start to finish either, so I might do a bit more on my own. Get up there, out of my way. Put you on here. Pretty much opposite. That's pretty much it. These aren't the easiest of things to stick, but there. Let's cut you out and we'll see. So get a couple more pages, or at least one more page done. What is the time? Where's my little clock thing that I wrote it down on? Oh yes, we've got another 15 minutes, so we should get a bit more done. And then in March, or the very end of Feb, I can tell you all about my trip. Not that if you want to hear it, but at least I think while I'm away, I can catch up on a lot of my videos that I haven't seen. A lot of my YouTubing buddies who I haven't been able to keep up with. Bit of ink. Bit at the top and bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. Perfect. We need to find something to go in it, don't we? Let's get this glued down first. And you could maybe put a nice postcard in it. That would be quite nice. Just see what we've got in our stash, shall we? Oh, I got an itch when I was doing that. That's not a good time to get an itch, is it? There we are. Get it as straight as I can. And tight as I can. There we go. Put this device on a little while ago and it's still doing well. Anyway, that was a side note for you there, wasn't it? That can be used for gluing. Is that straight? Hold it up. Not very. There we are. Sorry, I need another slurp of my coffee. Another swig of my coffee. That's better. Right, let's find something nice to put under there. I don't have any postcards out. That is unusual for me. I normally always get postcards out. I don't like you with you. You would look nice with you going that way. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Pop you there then, we'll back you. And I might have to get something else out because these are all very similar. Yeah. We will get, I'll tell you what might be quite nice under there. Let's see if we did an envelope and put a writing page in it. Shall we do that? Let's back this then so it's drying while we do the other thing, yeah? Because I am hoping to have this as more of a writing journal, you know, one somebody can actually write in. Will that fit on there? Yes, it will. Oops. Yeah, so I'm making sure there's plenty of writing space, secret writing spaces, hidden writing spaces, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to have to scrub this up though because it's too shiny. Too shiny for gluing anything on. Now you know how I do it. There you go. Use a bit of sandpaper, and it gives it tooth for the glue to sit on. You know, if you use sandpaper, it gives takes any surface off, whether it's shiny or even matte. You know. There we are. That's nice and, yeah, not so smooth now. And if it doesn't stick, I'll go around the edge with some art glitter glue, of which I desperately need some more. I must. Well, actually, I'm hoping my son can make me a holder for them, for all these, to keep them that way up. I know you can buy them, but he has a 3D printer, so I'm hoping he can make me one. But I want a small one of these for it. You know, I think the tops are pretty much the same size anyway, but he'll probably be measuring around here, and this is way too big. I don't like the big ones very much. I mean, that must have been on offer or something. I don't usually buy the big ones, but yeah. Let's just leave that to dry a bit longer, shall we? And then we'll do this. Leave you to dry. And we'll do this while we wait for that to dry. Let's make a little envelope. Oh yes, that'll look nice under there. We'll embellish the top. I think we'll have. I think that's supposed to be the big flap, isn't it? Yeah. So let's do a little bit of inking on here. Just a little bit of red would look nice with that. A little bit of burgundy with all that brown. I backed this with I didn't back the one at the beginning. Oh, you don't need to do that bit. Just around the front here. And usually I back all my envelopes, so when you open the envelope, you know you haven't got stark white. I just didn't do it with the first one, but I popped these back through because I noticed they weren't done before I cut them out. It's nice to use aged mahogany for a change. Let's glue that down, and we'll get a nice piece of paper to go in there. There we are. Let's get one of these ones that's got, well, it's not, that's a one that's got nice flowers on the other side. Oh, that's a lovely big flower, isn't it, at the bottom of that? That's the same. That's one I used before. Let's use this pretty one. Will you fit in there if I just fold? Yes, so we can put you in there and just fold you up. Let's do the edges. As you can't see this one out, you know, on the page, I'm not going to do frilly the edges up at all. I'm just gonna, yeah, it's got writing on the back as well. I don't know if you can see the difference it makes on camera, but it does like finish it off. It takes it from being like just a generic little bit of paper to something a bit more special, a little bit special. Let's see. I was hoping just to, yeah, fold that down to there. So that's where they got to get folded to. So. Can I just do it in 3? Yes, I can. There. Yes, that folds. Shall I see if I can get it so the flower shows? Fold it the other way. Well, you won't see it anyway once that... No, that's going in on the outside, isn't it, Dad? So let's fold you like that. Pop you in there. Lovely little paper. I know you're going in, you just went in. There we are. Close that up. We'll do something with the front of this. Let's cut you out. Nice piece. Actually, I will ink it anyway, so. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Sorry, gone quiet again. I'm having a quiet day today, aren't I? I'm just enjoying this, just enjoying the process. And then you will go on top like that. So let's pop a little something on here. And should we put a little bird on? As we've got a flower there, lots of flowers there. He's got a nice little birdie to put on. Oh, he's a bit big. There's a nice little owl here. Oh, woodpecker. I like the woodpecker. These are all a bit big, I think. Yeah, we'll pop the woodpecker on. Hello, little woodpecker. Love woodpeckers, I do. And kingfishers and hummingbirds, of course, my absolute favourite. Dippers. Oh, it's lovely watching a dipper. It's really strange to see such a tiny bird swim underwater. It really is. It's fascinating, I have to confess. Right, let's pop a little... Whoops. It's an envelope. So shall we see if we can get a little stamp thingy to go on it? You've got some little stamp. I've got a little stamp with a bird on. That's too many birds, do you think? I got one... Oh, there's one with a mushroom on here. We've got mushrooms in this. We're going to have mushrooms on this. Yeah, I'll pop you there. And a tiny little label. Right, little birdie. A mini label. Might be a round one, we'll see. Don't want purple. Little letter? No, that doesn't look right. Oh, you'll do nicely. You're just a little number. Pop you up there with that. Yep, that'll do nicely. So I've done that bit, so you can go on. Oops. So I might have to get some more. I didn't realise I haven't got very many little birds out, have I? Might get some more out. Never used these before. I think they're stickers. I'm fairly certain they are. Yes, they are. Washi stickers, in fact. There we go. Washi sticker. I got given these in a pack of stuff from my sister for Christmas, which was nice. I'm going to do this in brown, this bit. And as I say, it's the first time I've used one. And put a tiny bit of glue on you. Ooh, a lot of glue, little thingy. Pop you there. Nice little envelope. I'm not going to seal it up. There. I really like that page. Now it's all really come together, hasn't it? Lovely. Right. Oh, seems a shame to stop, but we've done an hour. There's 24 pages in here, and we'll do a little something on every page, you know, even if it's just a little bit of an embellishment. So yeah, even if it's just something simple like that, you know. Enjoying this journal a lot, I am. It's just nice and small and simple. As I say, it's very rare for me to embellish in a book, but in the actual book itself. But makes a nice change. And I have considered doing the board sparkly one like this as well, but I haven't decided yet. So I will see you on Monday, hopefully, because today is Saturday, so it'll be not mixed media Monday. It'll be Mindful Monday, and it'll be Mindful Monday because today is Satisfy Saturday 8, so it'll be Mindful Monday 8. Which I think will probably be doing a bit more of the start to finish, because that does needs to move on, doesn't it? So yeah, I look forward to seeing you then, and take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.